Hi Scorpio, this is your September reading. I do apologize for it being so late, but oh my god, things have been really crazy here as usual. Not like there's anything different. But so I'm just going to jump right into your reading. So the card at the bottom of the Angels deck is the King of Air, and that you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or this could just be you speaking your mind with confidence. This is you cutting out, using your sword to cut out what no longer serves. Either this Libra is a burden to you. I mean, not Libra, I'm sorry. Either this air sign is a burden to you, or you're just cutting the burdens out of your life. Now, the deck that I used to clarify with the card that it was at the bottom of the deck and it just kept popping out is Memories of Love. Now, you could be dealing with somebody from your past, maybe quite possibly somebody you just broke up with. Somebody you just can't get out of your mind. It could quite possibly be this air sign. But somehow that relationship was a burden to you in some way. The card below that is this Two of Pentacles. This is making a decision. Oh, interesting. I don't know why I just didn't see this before. So there's all these doors that this person could go through. There's the two rings. You can either be in a relationship or the money and focus on your money. This, I don't even know, it looks like a plant. That's very earthy, and this is very air. So you might have to make a decision between a few people, or a decision between a relationship and maybe quite possibly your money. All right. So the card crowning the reading as a Lover's card. This is like a soulmate connection, but it's also a decision that needs to be made. It's almost like what I get here, Scorpio, is if you, it's almost like being all in. Like, I need to make this decision. Am I going to focus on this or am I going to focus on this relationship? Because I feel like when you do choose, if you do decide between two people or decide between making money and making that your focus or being with somebody, whatever the decision is, you're going to be all in. There's going to be no other. It's not that you're going to stop making money, but I feel like you're going to switch your focus where you put the majority of your energy. Okay, so the card below that is the King of Earth. This is having the Midas touch, but this also could be you, Scorpio, embodying this energy if you're not dealing with an Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. To me, this is almost like you manifesting whatever it is that you want. It's almost, to me, it's like you could kind of have what you want. You don't have to pick and choose between having a successful business and having a successful relationship. It's like whatever you touch turns to gold right now. So the card clarifying this is you have the fulfillment of wishes. This is a Nine of Cups. So you can pretty much have what you want financially, materially, relationship wise. the energy surrounding this King of Earth. Clarify the energy surrounding this King of Earth. Clarify the energy surrounding this King of Earth. Clarify the energy surrounding this envy. All right. So what I got from this is there's some Scorpios out there who feel like they don't have enough. And they're just going to keep going and going and going and going and going. And going to keep going until they have what they want, because they feel like they don't have enough. Because maybe their friends, your friends, whoever this is, feels like it's like maybe your friends have more than you and you're not going to stop until you have those things also. But this is coming from like a lack place. This is coming from a place of envy. If that's making sense to you. I have that making sense. Clarify this King of Earth and this envy card. Alright. Despondence. Let me see here. It says you have all the answers you need within. This card may indicate an emotional tie that no longer serves you. Remember, how you relate to the issue is the issue. Obstacles are removed when you change your relationship to them. That's interesting. This is, all right. In the book, it says key ideas, feeling helpless. So maybe quite possibly you feel helpless in some way, and the only way to relieve that feeling is to have more money. To have more things. Maybe that's what gives you your security. All right. So what is it that Scorpio needs to surrender? What does Scorpio need to surrender? How can Scorpio surrender this despondence? How can they how can Scorpio surrender this envy, this lack, this feeling of helplessness? It says surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe, focus on your own power, let others come to you. Non-action is interesting because in this despondence card, this is also about taking action. Hold on, let me grab that one more time. It says acceptance of circumstances, change on the horizon, taking action. It's interesting how this is saying take action to relieve your helplessness, but this is also saying surrender to non-action. Okay, what I'm getting from here is this is saying I feel like there's some Scorpios out there who are constantly moving, constantly working, almost like your head is spinning. And the reason you do this is because you feel that lack. And you feel like you have to keep going. Or I don't know, what is this saying? Almost like the walls are going to fall over. Like if you don't keep going, if you take a day off, if you take time for yourself, if you take time to find someone, because I feel like there's got to be some Scorpios out there that really would like to have somebody, but it's almost like it's hard for you to pull away from this trying to get. You're constantly chasing this, whatever this is, to relieve your feeling of lack. That's really interesting. All right, what advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have? You got deceit, which is interesting because you know what one to pop out in this one was the Seven of Swords. Something is it's almost like you quite possibly are deceiving yourself. Someone's deceiving you, or you're deceiving yourself, thinking that if you just keep going and you never stop, you never rest, you never have a life of your own, that things are going to fall apart. I feel like you're deceiving yourself. Let me read from the book though. It says, in the house of the night there is one who has betrayed herself and all those who looked up to her. I am also warning you that someone may be stabbing you in the back, regardless of the circumstances of your question. I warn you about deceit. There will be a price to pay for betrayal in all forms. Only you know how much it will cost. That said, although the energy of betrayal can be seductive, I am stronger. You are forewarned. I feel like this is more like you deceiving yourself and deceiving yourself like as if you're lacking. All right, I'm going to move on from here. So next to that is the Four of Water. This is missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. It says open your eyes to possibilities. This is probably quite possibly why you're deceiving yourself. It's like you're bored, like you feel like there's bigger and better out there. It's almost like you're not really seeing what's right in front of you. It's like there's this cup given to you and you're just gonna swim away from it, like it's not even there. It's like a gift given to you. Yeah. Here's the Moon card. This is a shadow card. You need to confront your shadows. Why are you like this, Scorpio? Why is it that you feel? Why are you deceiving yourself? And why is it that you feel this feeling of discontent? Why is it that you're pushing opportunities away from yourself? It's like you want to hide your feelings about something, because the Four of Water is about emotions. It's almost like you don't want to feel these emotions for some reason or the other. All right, so why is this? Clarify this Four of Water and Shadow card for Scorpio. Clarify this Four of Water and Shadow card for Scorpio. Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Like, are you worried that if you do get into this relationship with this person, or if you do stop working for a moment, if you do take time out for yourself, and is the only thing you do is worry the whole time? Maybe you don't want to feel the emotions because you're worried that whatever this is just going to fall apart anyways, like everything else does. And then you'll be without again. All right, let me see this. All right, energy surrounding this worry card. So you need to forgive somebody. Or you're worried that they won't forgive you. Oh, this is interesting. Because look at this child here. This could be something about your inner child, something you need to forgive from when you were a child. Maybe something your parents did to you, something that was done to you as a child has held you back. And you need to find that forgiveness. Forgive your mother, forgive your father, forgive whoever it is that hurt you as a child, that's kind of kept you back as a child. Oh my God, I heard Peter Pan syndrome. It's almost like you've only gone so far in your life. Or, I mean, maybe you might have lots and tons of money, but you're lacking somewhere else. Like you're lacking the love, you're lacking other things because you're having a hard time getting past this hurt. All right, so what is it that, how can Scorpio surrender to forgiveness? How can Scorpio surrender to forgiveness? It says surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. And this is interesting because when I say relationships, I'm even talking about your mother, your father. You don't have, just because they're your parents doesn't mean that you have to be around them or talk to them. I do feel like this is quite possibly something from childhood, or even maybe when you were younger, there was a relationship that hurt you and you kind of got like stuck in this limbo. Oh, I gotta take this bracelet off. This is driving me crazy. Okay, let's definitely sure. All right. What advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? Understanding. Says it is one thing to read something or to hear something, but it is another thing to truly understand something. You're being asked to keep an open mind and heart and to allow yourself to absorb information as you receive it. Be open to the wisdom that can come only within time, patience, or perspective. Try to get outside of yourself and imagine what it is like to walk in someone else's shoes. To understand is to have power. Yeah. So it's saying to open yourself up, because here you're closing yourself. This is saying to, and also to forgive and to really like look at somebody and step into their shoes to understand why it is that people are the way they are and why things happen, why this person is so unhealthy for you. Doesn't mean you need to stay with them, but there's a reason why the relationship is unhealthy. Sorry, I just realized you can't see the cards here. Understand maybe why your parents were the way that they were when you were a young child. Maybe it was by the way that they were raised and they didn't know any better. Maybe quite possibly this relationship, this unhealthy relationship, the way this person was raised, maybe past relationships they've had. This is kind of like being forgive for yourself, but also be more understanding for yourself. So that way you don't internalize it. All right, so you do have the Nine of Water here twice. First of all, underneath this King of Earth, I mean, you're already going to get what you want. You're already getting your fulfillment of wishes. So what you're worried about, you know, why you're envious of other people is beyond me, because you already have what you need. You are pretty much the King of Earth. King of Earth has everything. Intuition. This is you following your intuition. You could also be dealing with somebody who's very spiritual, somebody who is a psychic. This is also could be you tapping into your tapping into yourself, your psychic abilities, but also kind of going in on a spiritual level for yourself to understand yourself more. Okay, I got some Scorpios are going to go see a psychic. But you guys, as Scorpios, you guys are psychic to begin with. All right. Clarify this energy surrounding the Nine of Water and Intuition card. Clarify. All right, interesting. That just popped out. Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. I feel like you're finally deciding to follow happiness and not wonder, like, is this right for me? It's almost like you're deciding that you're going to trust your emotions instead of thinking, well, I don't know, should I or should I not? I feel like a lot of Scorpios are deciding just to trust their intuition and trust what makes them happy. That's the right path to be on. Instead of worrying and overthinking so much. All right, what message do we have for Scorpio regarding this happiness card? What message do we have for Scorpio regarding this happiness card? Okay, so you got the rejection card. What I'm seeing here is you've been rejected in the past, but if that happened for a reason, because that wasn't the right thing for you. It's almost like you're kind of understanding why you were rejected by either by people, by friends, by relationships, by parents. That happened for a reason, because that's not even the door you're supposed to be going in. You're not supposed to be going in that direction. That's not where you belong. This rejection is, you know, you might have even been fired from a job. And I've had this happen to me before where I got fired and I was so sad. And I was like, oh my God, that feeling of rejection. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like, I don't even have to go back that freaking place anymore because I was freaking miserable. All right. What does Scorpio need to surrender when it comes to this rejection? What does Scorpio, that one wants to come out? Yeah. Surrender to denial. Like, because you have this deceit here, and I think that that's what the denial is. I don't feel like it's somebody else. I feel like you're in denial. You're deceiving yourself. It says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. Yeah. Stop being in denial. And I feel like that 4 water card also has a lot to do with that denial. This is you using your intuition. All right. What advice do we have for the smile card for Scorpio? What advice do we have? Trapped. You're not trapped. You think you're trapped. In your mind, you feel trapped to a situation, but you're not trapped. It says, do you sense that you cannot do what you really want to do because others have expectations of you that you may not be able to fulfill? Do you feel as if you will never get what you want or go where you want to go. Have patience, for truly you are in a temporary prison that exists in your mind. Your circumstances, no matter what they are, will change, and you will be free to experience the life you wish to lead. In these times, dreaming is the best antidote, and of course, patience. Consider the story of the half-raven boy, trapped in conflict till he finally follows his heart. Trust in me, for I will show you when the cage doors open so that you can fly free. Yes. Yeah, so you're in denial, but I feel like you're definitely starting to open your eyes. You have what you want, but for some reason you can't accept it. All right. I'm just gonna pull what other oh my lord. Um what other advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? What advice do you have for Scorpio? Let me see here. What advice do you have for Scorpio? Three of Earth, that one to pop out earlier. This one is being a team player. This is oh, I kind of got so Scorpio. I feel like you are finally starting to realize you can have what you want because it's interesting. There's three pentacles, so I have it as Scorpio is one pentacle, love is one pentacle, work and ambition is another pentacle. You can have them. You can work with them all together. What other advice do you have for Scorpio? This did want to pop. This did want to pop out, but this is a Seven of Air. This is more going on than meets the eye. This is deceiving, but I feel like this is more you to be careful not to deceive yourself. What other messages what other piece of advice do you have? Yeah, and be willing to start something new. Follow your dreams. Unexpected opportunities. Take a leap of faith. Card at the bottom of the deck is Seven of Fire. This is just defending your beliefs. All right, Scorpio. So, oh my God, this went on way too long. Sorry, my bad. All right, so I will see you for your mid-months.